Eric asked, like you, I'm a real estate investor. Are you making any moves during this crisis? Is this a good time to invest in property? Eric, you know what? This is a really good question because it's a hard answer. The investor in me, like the entrepreneur in me, the opportunist in me is saying, yes, now is a great time to look for the right deal. Now, what do I mean by that? Because the variables have changed. Obviously, we're only a couple weeks into this, so there hasn't been a drastic reduction in prices, or there isn't like so much motivation that all of a sudden these foreclosures have come out and they're just gonna fly onto the market tomorrow. I mean, that just doesn't happen in real estate. The beauty of real estate is that it takes a while for things to happen. So that actually helps you reduce your risk. But when it comes to being opportunistic in times like this, real estate isn't like the stock market. It doesn't just go and drop 30% within a couple weeks, which is what's great about real estate because you don't have to worry about that happening. Real estate is slow and steady. It's gonna go slow and steady up, and it's gonna go slow and steady down. So that helps reduce your risk. So right now, where is the opportunity? Well, the opportunity might be in a seller that really wanted that quick offer, or they really need to get out of town because of a relocation or something like that. Or maybe there's a foreclosure and they're in the short sale or they're in the redemption period, and there are times coming where they have to get that short sale done before the bank actually takes the house and kicks them out. There's different scenarios that you have to think of. From a commercial perspective, I would say that what I'm hearing is that, like in the apartment world, you're gonna have an offer in, and then all of a sudden this coronavirus hit, and now all of a sudden this lockdown's going on, and people had an offer in for, let's say, $5 million, and their offer just went down $500,000 to 4.5, or even $1 million because they're changing their underwriting because they have to take into account how is this coronavirus going to affect rents and all these different variables when it comes to buying a multifamily property or something like that. So it depends what you're looking at, Eric, but in the single family residential world, I would just say, maybe motivation for seller went up and you can capitalize on it. Maybe the demand goes down a little bit on the specific properties because other investors are gonna be tentative and you're not tentative. But you know what, you still gotta be cautious. Don't make any rash decisions, and don't just pull the trigger because you think it's a good idea. Make sure it is 100% a good idea. And I guess that's where the opportunity is. Look for the really good idea, or the really good deal. Not just the, oh, that's a pretty good deal, which is kind of what we had to deal with so far. But as this goes longer and longer, look for the really good deal. That's where the real opportunity is right now in real estate, is keeping your eye on the really good deal and then being willing to pull that trigger.